Oh, hang on.
Too late. It's starting. What's up, guys? We are live for the 72nd time. We're back from Corvettes of Carlisle. Jason and I both have a little bit more of a reddish tint than we used to. Um, oh yeah, yours is actually worse than mine, I think.
Oh, dude, mine's terrible.
Oh, that's funny. But yeah, guys, so we had a blast at Corvettes at Carlisle. We're gonna be talking about all about it here tonight because there's a lot to wrap up. I tried to do a live video every day. Some of them were done at the end of the show, so a lot of stuff was missing. So we're gonna try to fill in the blanks basically. Jason did a lot of content from there as well. You want to check out his channel. Between him and I, we covered a good bit of Corvettes at Carlisle, but the big thing we were focused on was being at the booth to meet you guys. And I met a freaking lot of people. And that's awesome. I loved it. LT4 powered, I can promise you, I did not put those there. So if YouTube decides to put an ad up, that's up to them. I don't have any choice over what ads they play. And for some reason, last political election like this too, they played the ads for Hillary or something on my channel. That does not mean anything as far as the way that I vote, so ignore those. They are just ads.
Be careful. You don't want to be suicided. Don't talk negative.
I would never. So, let's see. Larry Anthony is in the house, and Larry, I still need to give you a call. I know I've been running around like a chicken with its head cut off all day trying to get everything taken care of from Corvettes of Carlisle. Some orders I was behind on my website and getting the live set up. It's a mess coming back from something as large as Corvettes of Carlisle. Yeah, so General Lee was there as well. General Lee's in the house here too. We got to see his car in person. Him and I got to talk a good bit. No, I definitely did not get pulled over. Although,
yeah,
that's probably a lot. I don't know if Jason filled you in, Steve, or not, but there was a little bit of a, happening on the way to Carlisle, but luckily nothing. I didn't get pulled.
Holy cow, you never told me what happened.
We got 45 thumbs ups already. You guys are killing it.
Let's get 115 minutes. Let's do it. We
get
115 minutes.
That would be free. That would be fantastic, guys. So this stream actually started at, I think, 7:35. So we got until 7:50. If we can get 100 by 7:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, let's do it. Let's see if we can do it. Smash the thumbs up button. Let's see if we can get 100 in 15 minutes. Steve thinks it's possible. Let's see if it is.
It's definitely possible.
Heck yeah. All right, that's awesome. So yeah, Jason got home okay. Paul LaMonaco, that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to talk about the people we got to meet. I got to meet Paul LaMonaco. Yes. Really, really cool guy. He hung out at the booth and he gave us some things. Yeah. And we're going to be able to use them for car shows in the future, and it's a really, really awesome gift. Thank you, Paul. Kevin Horan was there as well. It's not the first time I've met him. It's actually like probably the 4th or 5th time I've met him. He brought some awesomeness from Buffalo for me. You can imagine what that probably is. But again, Kevin, thank you for that. Kevin's an awesome dude as well. I did get to meet General Lee, of course, but I've met him before in the past. It was nice seeing him again. Caleb was there with his dad, as usual. Caleb actually kind of runs the Discord channel here on the Horsepower Obsessed YouTube channel. So if you guys are in Discord at all, Caleb's doing a lot of the stuff behind the scenes. Him and his dad were there. Always a good time hanging out with them. Mr. T says, why did you not go listen to Taj, Harlan, and Josh? I'll be honest with you, man. I barely left the booth. I wanted to make sure that I was available for the subscribers to come up and talk to, hang out. This was more of a hangout for me than to go and actually film and do that kind of stuff. Me and Jason, we tried to just be there for you guys more than anything.
Plus, we ate breakfast with them.
That's true, yeah. So Taj and Harlan and all those guys, they stayed at the same hotel we did. So we were actually rubbing elbows with them pretty much all morning anyway. So there wasn't a whole lot we didn't already hear. Yeah. I would have liked to have gone in there and filmed that stuff for you guys, but the problem is it's almost impossible to get away from the booth whenever I want to be there to meet with you guys and to hang out.
Amber mentioned Ben and his girls. Man, they were the most adorable little girls, and we had a blast. Went and hang out, and ate some food, and
yeah, guys. If you haven't seen it yet, I actually put up a little short video of his two little girls in my car. I titled it the new owners of my ZR1, and I got a whole bunch of emails right off the bat. People were like, "Did you sell your ZR1?" I'm like, "No, these girls are like 5 years old."
Yeah, they can't afford it yet.
We're almost to 100. Let's hit the button. Let's get
Yeah,
the next
guys,
minute.
smash the thumbs up button. We got 8 more minutes. If we can get to 100, it's gonna make Steve's day. So smash the thumbs
It'll
up.
make up for me not going to Carlisle.
Yeah, he was crying, guys. I know you guys missed. I had a couple people ask about you at Carlisle, Steve, and I know you guys were missing him at Carlisle. He was not very happy to not be there. I can tell you that much.
Yep. I kept getting videos of that crap tie color. Sorry, it's not changed my mind. I hate that
That's
color.
because you weren't there. You don't have. You
I
can't.
hate it. It looks like an army old folks car. That's what I'm going with.
So I'll be honest with you, Steve. I was on the same page as you until I saw it in person. It's not a color I would own. Trust me, I'm not going to buy this color. But it's way less like.
It looks like
ugly.
something extra to throw up.
It's a lot nicer in person than it is in pictures. I would not own the color still, but
I wouldn't either, but
it is nicer.
It is. It was actually not bad. Again, it's still not going to be the color I'm going to choose, but to say it's a hideous color is just wrong, in my opinion.
Yeah.
My opinion.
Seawolf gray is the color. Oh,
Seawolf gray looks really good as well. Paul Yunker says, Justin, you left for the Segala BBQ. You know what's funny is that I walked over there just to show the cars real quick, and Ernie gave me a piece of whatever it was he was cooking. I can't remember what he said it was.
dog.
If it was the most delicious thing I've ever eaten. And like, the only reason I didn't take more of it was because I'm holding my phone with one hand to do the live video, and I'm like, I'm not going to be sitting there like chewing on a big piece of meat the entire time I'm on video. So I didn't take any more, but man, it was freaking good. Those guys know how to cook. Lance Smith says, Justin, your 3 vets looked mint. They looked really good before it rained. After it rained, everything was just kind of But my Z06 was freshly ceramic coated. The red C6 Z06 has been coated for about 2 months now. It was very good. 11-second clips. I'm surprised. You were one that I really thought was going to be there. I was surprised not to see you. Yeah, guys, let's get those thumbs ups working. Like I said, it would be really cool if we could get 100 by 7:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That would be 15 minutes into the live. Really helps out. Really makes this thing a lot bigger for everybody to enjoy.
Don't forget Doug.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Oh, I thought we were done.
No. We haven't even started, actually. So, Nightfall, I want to address real quick. He gave a donation already. Let's see. It says...
Doesn't know what he's doing it for.
Yeah, he's going to count no matter what anyway. So, off topic, but just wanted to say thanks to the community you have all built and for the constant support. Yeah, you're very welcome, Nightfall. Thank you. I've seen your name in here consistently, which means you're helping build that community. It's not just us. Mark Cutsey said, got my front seat driver and HPO shirts. Great designs, guys. Fast shipping. Yep, it would be even faster if you weren't as far away as you are.
Yeah.
86 thumbs ups currently. That's good. We got 5 more minutes, guys. We need 14 more thumbs ups in 5 minutes.
89 on my end.
89?
90. I'm in a earlier time zone or later.
Yeah. You're in the past.
Yeah.
Anyone else seeing this live blurry for the second week in a row? Huh. It shouldn't be blurry. It looks good on my end.
Blurry on my laptop. On my desktop, it looks perfect.
I was gonna say, I'm watching on my phone right here too. It's definitely good for me. General, it was always a good time to see you. All right, Rod donates the first big super chat of the night, $99.99. That's basically $100. Thank you, Rod. We really appreciate the support. I guess we better talk about the giveaway before you guys...
And Venmo.
Yeah, and Venmo. Yeah, so, guys, first off, the giveaway tonight. Jason, do you have those mirror caps nearby?
Yeah, I do. I got all my crap in here. Well, okay, no, I don't. A lot of the expensive stuff is downstairs, but... let's see.
Paul, you're very welcome for the shirt.
Here.
All right, so, guys, this is the giveaway for today. We have carbon fiber mirror caps from Extreme Online Store. And as you can see, Jason showing you there, they are absolutely perfect carbon fiber. Let me see the outside again, Jason. So if your car has carbon fiber on them, these caps go right on just like the GM ones do. The GM caps are not replacements. They are stick-on caps just like these ones. These are worth, I think these are worth about $300 if I recall correctly.
Something like that.
And they could be yours. Every donation of $10 will get you an entry, whether it's on Super Chat or Venmo. But if you donate $100 through Venmo, you will get 20 entries and a free t-shirt. Only through Venmo, though. So, Steve, if you want to mark down Nightfall for 1 entry and Rod for 10, because he did donate through Super Chat.
I'm on it. Oh,
so, guys, we will, of course, retroactive this for you. There he is, Matt Hurley. He says, yep, those look just like my factory ones. And that's exactly it. GMs are not replacement caps. They are just stick-ons. So this is exactly what you would get from GM. And yes, they are for a C8 Corvette, Stingray, Z06, or even the ERAY if you somehow magically have one of those already. So, yeah. Nice to meet the HPO folks at Carlisle, and thanks for the beer. You can thank Shane for the beer. That was, I have no idea. I was not connected to that at all. 95 thumbs ups. Guys, we got 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes. Guys, smash the thumbs up button. 2 more minutes to hit 100, and that would be really cool. We're 15 minutes into this live.
Mark Kenzie's right, except for 1/3 of the price. And these are Extreme Online Store. We really need, we should have put their EOS up in the corner.
Steve Robertson, always checking me out here. He says, who's the car of the week? Oh, man, I'm not good at this. So this is a man named Larry Malcolm. So he is actually a customer of mine down at the Florida store. This is his C6 Corvette. Now, this C6 Corvette says ZR1 all over it. I can't tell for sure if it's a ZR1. I can't remember if he told me it was how it was modded exactly. But you know what? That's going to actually lead us into our next segue for what we're going to change with Car of the Week moving forward. From here forward, guys, if you want to submit pictures of your rides, what I would like you to do is submit more than one. And I would like you to also give me a little story about your car, what's done to it, the mods, the horsepower, anything you've changed. We're gonna do this in a little bit of a different fashion from here forward. We're gonna talk more about the Car of the Week and more so than just show it. We're gonna show it, but we're also gonna talk about it. So if you want your car to be the first one, we're gonna start this next week, of course. Send me some pictures of your cars and what is done to it. What makes your car special? And we're gonna talk about it in the beginning of our live videos every Monday moving forward. Okay, so anyway, back to the people we met at Corvettes at Carlisle. That was really cool. Yeah, we got to meet Kerry Glock. His real name is Doug. I was really, really happy to see him. Is he in the chat? Jason, did you see him?
I haven't seen him yet that I'm aware of.
Okay, well, Kerry Glock is almost always on here. His name's Doug, like I said. I've done some work for him up at the Latrobe location at Blackout Tinting. So I was pretty familiar with him already, but I had not actually met him in person. So me and Jason both got to spend a little bit of time with him. Yeah. There he is. Kerry Glock. Yep. We were just talking about you, Doug. So we got to meet you at Corvettes of Carlisle. I know right after we talked for a little while, it seemed like we didn't see you again. I'm assuming you left the show. It would have been nice to spend a little bit more time with you, but you know, obviously we understand. Oh, we hit it. 103 thumbs up currently. We are at exactly 750, guys. It is possible. So Steve was right. If that's the case, we can do 115 minutes. You know we can do 200 in an hour.
Yes.
Right? So, guys, smash the thumbs up button. Let's make this thing end at least 200 by 8:35? Yeah, 8:35. 8:35, 200 thumbs ups. Let's do it. Let's head on to it right now. And they look like this. So, Joey B, yep, it was great seeing you guys there each morning at breakfast at the hotel. So, Joey B was also there. He was staying at the same hotel we were, obviously. It was really cool meeting you finally. Trying to think of who else was there. Jason, if you want to try to help me out. I can't. I know I'm going to forget.
Davy Jones, he was asking to make sure you were putting on those arrow stickers. I said, he is.
Yep. Davy Jones, which is not a name that I'm ever going to be able to forget. So that's really good. He did. I have the arrow stickers down in my basement. Those
Vulcan
Construction. Yep. Dog chooses the worst times on the planet to just randomly bark at nothing.
He's just trying to help us remember. Let's see.
Obviously, I think I've already mentioned, but General Lee was there, but we've already met him a bunch of times.
Dr. Corvette.
Oh yeah, Davy Jones. He's in the chat. I didn't even see that at first.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, so Dr. Corvette was there as well. I think I saw him in the chat here for a second. This was my second time, actually technically third time meeting Dr. Corvette.
And then of course Doug.
Hetrick and Kim.
Yeah, Doug Hetrick was there, which
yep.
You know, he's around. So
exactly.
Very, very cool people, of course. We
Doug was
spent
quite surprised to find out how much I actually talk in person.
Yeah.
Oh, and then a Great White North Corvette, him and Melissa, Andrew and Melissa.
Yep. So Andrew and Melissa were there. Yeah, guys, basically this is our way of saying there was a lot of people there and it was really, really awesome.
Yeah.
So if you guys didn't make it out this year. What's that?
Maddie was there. Maddie's Garage just is in the chat. He was there.
Yep, Maddie's Garage was in the spaces down by the food court.
Yep.
That's tip. I've already heard confirmation from Brian that he wants the same spaces next year. Maddie, I would assume probably the same with you. But yeah, I'll tell you what, Maddie is. He said, "Sorry guys, didn't have a chance to say bye. Left right after the exhaust contest. Great event as always." It is insane how fast that show goes and how quickly you don't have any more time to do the things you wanted to do. So there was 2 different vendors I wanted to meet with before I left and didn't get a chance to meet with either one of them. So it is insane how fast it goes whenever you're standing in a booth, talking to people, meeting people all day. We were there for probably 10, 12 hours almost in that booth, and it just flew by. Daryl says, I met you and videoed my red C8 with all the ACS products. I have that video uploaded. It's just not public yet. That will probably be going live tomorrow, so stay tuned for that, Daryl. Next year, we should meet at the Corvette Bash. There's a lot to do. Yep, I plan on being there next year for that as well. Me and Jason, believe it or not, have already started planning for next year Corvettes at Carlisle because there's a couple things we want to do differently, and it's going to be pretty big. It's going to be different. So Jason and I are already doing that. Atomic Z06 with a $10 donation. I got to meet Atomic again. I've met him a couple times, but he stopped by the booth for a second. It was nice to see you. It's been a while, so very nice to see a lot of you guys coming out to the show. The ones of you that didn't get to come out, I'm telling you, it is an absolute amazing thing. It's not like a normal car show. This feels like a totally different event. Let's see what else we got.
It's more than just a car. Anyway, you know what I mean? Like, it's huge. By the way, I do want to make a quick little. Don't sleep on these guys. The E5, they make wheels for the C7, C6, C7, and C8. And we got some things coming up with them down the road, so we'll just leave it at that.
Yep. So, guys, we talked a lot with E5 at Corvettes of Carlisle. We've talked a lot with them leading up to Carlisle as well, but let's just say we're going to be working with them pretty heavily in the future here, so stay tuned for it. Mr. T says, Taj confirms the ERAY is a Porsche Turbo S competitor. We're going to be talking a lot about the ERAY and the Z06 here in a minute. Because of a couple things that happened at the show, a couple things that happened in the live videos, and a couple things that Jason got to experience personally. Yeah. I think there's a lot of stuff to talk about with the Z06 in comparison to the ERAY. Yeah. We're going to be talking about that in 1 second. We are family. There's nothing better. Absolutely. And that's the thing, Paul, as I was saying, if you guys didn't see it, me and Jason were actually on Neighbor Rich's vlog, which is fantastic. I don't know why. I was just so freaking pumped to be part of that vlog. He's just such a cool dude, and
He really-
genuinely like happy, nice guy. And you know, that kind of stuff's underrated nowadays, it seems. So
He came back
Yeah.
like 3 or 4 times for you, and you.
yeah,
I had to chase you down.
he kept coming back to the booth because he wanted to film with me and Jason. And where were we at, Jason? I don't even remember. We walked away, and he kept coming back to try to get us in the vlog. And
Yeah,
so it was nice. He wanted us in there, I guess.
I think do the live of mine if I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
Steven, no, you cannot. So that's a good question. He said, did you find out if there's a way to mute the battery sound? No, the reason that that's there is because people need to know that that car is moving if they're blind or something. That's all electric cars. If the engine's not running, they make that noise when they're moving.
Right.
112 thumbs up currently. Track Speed 815 says, Justin, thanks for signing my shirt. That was an awesome time. He came over, I believe he bought 2 shirts and had me sign both of them with a silver Sharpie.
And thanks for sharing your pen to sign the others.
Yeah, I was gonna say there was another one that came up right after him, and I had to use his Sharpie for it. So
Wasn't prepared for the Sharpie.
very, very cool stuff. Dr. Corvette says that he likes their wheels. He's referring to the E5 guys. Now there was somebody that came up to me, and I can't remember his name, but he came up to me real early on in the show and told me that he donated $2,000 to a charity that was giving away a Corvette Z06, a new one, and he won. So he paid $2,000 and won a brand new C8 Corvette Z06. And I was like, holy cow, would that be freaking awesome, right?
You could afford to drive it. By the
Dana
way,
says,
how many miles you got?
hi, Queens.
I said, hey, loser.
What'd you say?
How many miles you got now?
Oh, yeah. So, guys, I hit 1,700, I believe it is, in the Z06 now. So, driving out to Carlisle and back, 1,700 miles. Yes, I know. I have more than protective dad pranks already in a year. He's had his for a year. I haven't even had mine for a full month yet, and I'm at more miles than Steve is.
And you've seen the rain more.
It's seen the rain at least twice.
Exactly.
Yeah, I have 1,600. Ooh.
Yeah. Well, we hit 1,500 leaving Carlisle.
Yeah, we did. Yep. So Jason actually filmed it for me as I was driving. I get in and start my car, and I just so happened to look down. I'm like, oh, I'm at 1,499. So Jason's holding the phone while I'm driving.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
It's always
No.
the longest mile when you're filming. Like,
Yeah. It felt like it was 10 minutes long.
Yeah.
Dr. Corvette, she was not talking to you, but I guess depending on how you want to take it. How are y'all going to do Carlisle and Corvette Bash Caravan at the same time next year? The caravan starts. I'm not going to do the caravan, I don't think. I think it was Dr. Corvette was referring to the National Corvette Museum Bash in April. I'm going to do that this upcoming year. I meant to go this year, but some things didn't work out where I couldn't go. I'm going to do that, and then, of course, Corvettes at Carlisle. Me and Jason have already started planning on some different things to make things a little bit more easily accessible, we'll say. We want to spend more time in the booth, but we want it to be more attention-grabbing, and we want to make sure you guys know that our presence is there. So, and you guys come hang out with us and everything. And then we're also possibly going to do something where we're doing food and stuff at the hotel. So we have a larger gathering of people that just hang out at the hotel instead of trying to go out to the restaurants. Because if you guys are familiar with Corvettes at Carlisle, hitting up the restaurants after the show, it's almost impossible to get a place to eat because you got these 5,000 people that are there for the Corvette show. They all need to eat. They all go out to eat after the show, and then everything's packed. So I think this is probably the best way to do it. Let's see. We do have some donations. So we got 50 from Larry Anthony.
Thank you, Larry.
Thanks, buddy.
Why am I having trouble with this?
This is tonight's giveaway.
Oh, here we go. So
carbon fiber, legit carbon fiber. And if you guys could, I know not everybody has Venmo. Believe me, I was Venmo'd the other night. It took me 30 minutes to figure out how to get it. So
yeah.
I had to get Justin. Justin, how do I do this? But anyway, we would really appreciate it. It actually helps us out substantially if it's Venmo. They all help, but Venmo's. Yeah. But look at it, legit carbon all the way through. And these are from Extreme Online Store, which we've been getting a lot of carbon fiber.
Their carbon is really good, actually.
It is. And Steve's bought a lot of his from others, and even he looks at the EOS and says, "Man, it's fantastic."
Yeah, their carbon fiber actually looks a lot like they're getting it at the same place that GM does.
Exactly.
Dr. Corvette donated $30. He says for my carbon fiber mirror caps.
Yes, sir.
Mark Cutsey donates $50. He says great Carlisle content. Mahalo. I don't know.
Mahalo.
Yeah, I was gonna say I always feel like such a wiener saying Hawaii stuff because it just doesn't roll off my tongue the way it should. But he's in for 5 entries as well. So guys, we're going to give these away tonight if we hit a certain amount because these are they're pretty expensive, so we don't want to give them away if there's not a whole lot of interest in them. So if you guys want these to be given away tonight, we're going to have to hit at least 500 in donations. So just keep that in mind. If not, we'll give them away next week.
Next week, yeah. By the way, I say Dr. Corvette's girlfriend, very beautiful.
I'll say this much. I have never seen her in person. So does she actually exist?
That's a good question.
We've heard this story before.
Yeah.
No, I'm just joking. Let's see.
He's got such a good personality too, man. He's so funny.
Paul Lamonaco says that Steve's car is in the witness protection program. That's very possible. It does seem that way.
Hey, I pulled it out, I said, I washed the wheels and it went right back in.
Yeah.
I haven't had my car. I guess actually today is exactly 1 month I've had my car. Steve's had his car going on a year.
Oh, a year, yeah.
And I have more miles.
Steve's car witnessed a big murder, so they had to keep it in the
red. Too hot to drive.
It is, honestly.
Let's see. Vetfather says currently taking 2024 C8 Stingray and Z06 at Boardwalk. Hit me up to minimize your wait time. So guys, if any of you out there are interested in a C8 Stingray or a Z06, check out Vetfather. Send him a message. Vetfather, might be a good idea to put your email address in here just so people know how to get a hold of you. You want to shoot your email address in the chat here, I'll put it up on the screen. Nobody has actually witnessed Steve's car. Maybe Steve's car and Dr. Corvette's girlfriend are both at the same place.
Well, one's inflatable and the other one's not.
Oh, ouch. I didn't even know you could inflate a car, Steve. Yeah, the more you donate, the better your chances of winning there, Earl. You might want to pony it up. Actually, thankfully for Earl being at my booth whenever we were selling merch, because 2 different times he had to break hundreds for me because I didn't have enough change. What a freaking baller, right?
Yeah.
All right, so guys, let's talk about something real quick that's going to affect all of us, and this is unfortunate, but it is very likely to be a problem. And that, of course, is the strike. So nationwide, by 97%, UAW votes to strike, the big 3. So this is not just affecting Chevy. This is going to be Chevy, Ford, and Chrysler, Fiat, whatever the heck it is now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they are 97% in on this strike. This is very, very likely going to happen. And if it does, and you guys are waiting on your car, you're going to be waiting even longer than you want to wait. Yeah, Stellantis. I always forget that, man. In my time, it's been owned by Mercedes, Fiat, and now I guess Stellantis. I think there's one more in there too that owned it at one point. So it's constantly something different. But the big thing to take away here, guys, is that if you're waiting for a car, whether it's the ERAY, the Z06, the C8 Stingray, it really seems like it's going to be delayed by this because, like I said, 97%. This is going to be pretty hard to overcome. Somebody from that's kind of involved in this actually did email me about this, and I was hoping to get a little bit more information from them because they gave me some fact points to talk about. The big thing is, the biggest reason that these guys are striking is because the amount of money that the dealerships and the groups in general are making, they can afford to basically pay these workers a little bit more than they're getting paid. I misspoke in the last live where I said that these guys were all making 6 figures a year. That's not the case. Some of them are making a little bit less, or possibly a lot less than that, and they see the dealerships making all this money. They're not really getting any of it, so they want to strike to try to make the wages fair for what they do. I get it. It's one of those things. I'm not going to get too involved in it. But ultimately, it comes down to the fact that there is a good chance this strike is happening, and it's going to affect you. It's going to affect you.
Everybody got ads.
Yeah, I guess a bunch of ads just rolled through. I can always tell because my viewership goes. So, yeah. Anyway,
People want to know if the cacti really did look that good in person.
It really
does.
Yes,
It does.
I hated it, but it looks good.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Same with Jason. Is in pictures, even the definition of what it was just was like, this is so dumb. And then I saw it in person, and I'm like, it's still not a color that I would want to own, but it's not bad. I can totally see someone wanting that color and being perfectly happy with it.
78-year-old with a crutch.
Honestly, the thing that impresses me the most
That's
about that color is
It's not even an old person color. Like,
No, it's not.
I don't think so.
Looks like something on a
It's
1969 Dodge or something. Oh.
You know what? You know what it actually kind of reminds me of on that fact, Steve. If you remember in the 70s, the color of your kitchen appliances.
Oh yeah.
It's very close to that. It's a little lighter than like your old green refrigerators and stuff.
It just reminds me of what's his name, Chevy Chase, driving that green car. When was that?
That was a way darker green. That was way darker green, but
nothing like this.
Omeed. We can't forget Omeed.
Really good product. I mean, I'm sorry, I was reading and trying to talk at the same time. It's a really good color. I don't want it, but I'm not going to bash it anymore. We used to put it down at remember I said, do you want this color, or do you want cacti? No, I'm just kidding. Like, I was wrong.
Yeah. So, guys, I want to real quick mention Omeed. He was at the show as well. Really cool dude. He spent a lot of time with us, and we enjoyed hanging out with him. So, he says, hello, gents. Hi, Amber. Hello, Omeed. Hopefully we can see you again next year. That would be awesome if you want to come out.
Yes.
Joe M says, totally an old person 70s color. 112 thumbs up currently, guys. We're kind of moving slow now, guys. If you could please smash the thumbs up button. We'd love to hit 200 by 8:35. Would be really cool. Help us out. I'm a green fan, but not cacti. Yeah, that's the thing. Is like for me, I want like a bright green, like Verde Mantis or something. Give us something. Yeah, give us something bright like that. Would be really cool. Someone did ask, or maybe it was Shane confirming that there was not metallic in that paint. I've heard 20 people say, "Oh, there's a very slight metallic sheet or metallic flake in that paint." There's not. When that thing was out in the sun, there is no metallic in that at all. I saw none.
I ain't either. Not that I recall.
Yep.
I would do Seawolf long before I would do cacti. I just don't hate cacti. I like Seawolf. It looks great.
Seawolf does look good, but as I had a fear of, there's too much blue in it. And I don't know, GM has this really weird like love for grays that have either too much blue or too much green. Instead of just a straight gray, they have to add too much of one of those two colors.
Maybe
I knew before I even saw it, I knew they were going to do that.
Maybe they get a discount on blue.
somehow that would not surprise me. Darren says, I swear I think my pawpaw had a 70s Eldorado in that color and interior. It was awful. Yeah, we got to meet Jamie again. I've met him already before Corvettes at Carlisle, but he was also there.
Yes. Another really nice guy.
Yep. Yeah, guys, like I said, if you didn't make it out this year, definitely try to next year because it's a great time. It really is.
What about Kerrigan Roofing? I forget his name.
Yeah, I don't see him in here.
What about Vulcan?
Vulcan's in here.
Vulcan's, yeah. That's, you know what? That's the hard part though, about trying to remember everybody who's there, because you're gonna forget somebody that actually, like for me, I forgot Omid was there, and yet I spent a ton of time with him and absolutely loved it.
That's because we got a list of 400 people in our brains. Like, there's no way we're gonna remember them all. So that's why calling them out by name is probably not a great idea, because it's gonna make someone feel bad. But do not take this as a testament to whether or not you were important enough for me to remember, because you definitely were. It's just it's so much. There's so much.
Trying to go through the list in your brain, man. It's
Hey, 2020 Matrix is in the house.
What's up? We missed you at Carlisle, man.
Yes, we did. We said it many times. We were like, come on, why can't he be here?
So Dr. Corvette, straight out of his mouth, I'm not a straight guy, but I do like their new stripes with the outline color as well. I knew that girlfriend was a joke.
He's a straight guy. Hey, he's outing himself.
Nah, he cracked himself. He meant stripes.
Yeah, I know.
River Mutt, who's the colorblind person at GM picking these colors? Ouch.
Hey,
Lord.
You know what? Why don't they just take a poll for all the Corvette users and let people vote, and then bring up the colors? Like, what do you guys like?
Yeah. And you know what's funny? The people that would vote for a bright green, it would have to be like overwhelming. It would have to.
Yeah. I would love a bright green.
Yeah.
I would too.
Autocorrect really got you there, Dr. Corvette. So one other thing I want to talk about real quick before we move on to the hot topic today. It's going to be the C8 Corvette ZR1 prototypes testing in Southern Ohio. Now, I know a lot of you guys that have been watching the channel for a while are going to say the same thing that I've been saying, and that is, wait a second, Justin, I thought you said that the C8 Corvette wasn't going to have a ZR1. Well, first off, I never said that with any kind of fact. Second, I still do believe that is the case. I think what we're looking at here is not a ZR1. I don't even think it's a Zora. I think what we're looking at here, and I've heard one person tell me this, and this person is pretty high up involved in GM, is that this is some sort of special edition Z06. This is not a new car. This is a Z06 that has something special, different done to it. I don't know what. Could be different aero, could be different color, could be different performance. But what we're seeing here, I do not believe is a ZR1. Now, there's multiple reasons for this. If we scroll through the comments here of the people that are actually taking these spy shots, number one, that looks like a Z06 under wrap. There's nothing different looking about that car in the slightest. And if we look at it when it's pumping gas here, you can clearly see that's the Z07 aero. It's got a center exit exhaust. The front bumper of the car protrudes out just like the Z06 does with the big Z07 style aero. There is nothing new looking about this car. And
if we hybrid Z06 with electric?
Yeah, that's what I said. What if they went
like a ERAY?
Mm-hmm.
So again, this is another thing that comes up a lot, is a lot of people thinking that it is going to be a Z06 with the hybrid functionality from the ERAY. I could see that. GM is just lazy enough that would be their next iteration. But I don't know. The way that GM talked about the Z06 motor, the LT6, the way that they talked about that car being specific to the LT6 or the Z06, I really don't know that they're going to just randomly throw that engine around in a bunch of different models of this car. It is very possible that they could, but I personally don't think that's what we're getting here, because at one point, one of the commenters here, there must be a video involved in here somewhere, and they said that this car sounds too quiet compared to the Z06. So whenever it's running, it doesn't sound like the same engine. So you guys know, and Jason will tell you here in a second, the Z06 is freaking loud. It is a loud car. So this guy saying, that sounds kind of quiet to be a Z06. I don't think it's the LT6 engine. And I also don't think it's going to be called a ZR1. I think, if anything, it's going to be called a Zora, of course. But I don't even think it's the Zora. I think this is likely some sort of special new edition of Z06. It could literally just be covered up because it's a special new color. That's the thing, is it's like we have no idea what's underneath there. But everybody sees this new thing and they're like, well, if it's a Z06, why is it still wrapped up? There's a million reasons it could still be wrapped up. I don't think this is a ZR1. And I still don't think we're going to get that moniker for the C8 generation. But again, I don't want you guys to take that and run with it, because if it does come out, this is just my thought. It's not like I'm basing this on any kind of information. And I know other channels out there are going to be like, oh, he said there's no ZR1. And I'm not saying that. I'm saying that's my opinion. I don't think they're going to do it. But anyway, with that said, I have heard that rumor as well. Switch Lane says if it's quiet, then LT2 Grand Sport ? But I doubt we'll get a Grand Sport. I heard a rumor about a Grand Sport. It didn't come from anybody high up in GM or anything. It's just, if I had to guess, it's just some guy that started a rumor online. The word I got from a contact I have pretty high in GM said that this car we're seeing here is some sort of special edition Z06. I don't think we're going to get a Grand Sport because the ERAY has already replaced that. And that's also why I don't think we're getting a ZR1, because I'm pretty sure the Zora is going to replace that. So, yeah.
I love River Mutt's comment. It's wrapped up because they're ashamed of the new color. And awesome.
It must be cacti then.
Yeah. There is a chance that it is something super awesome, like a Verde Mantis or something green. That number one would stick out way too much to run around unwrapped, and second, this could be something that they had in already built and ready to go for that NFT back in the day, and they may purposely have it covered because they may not have any plans on ever releasing that color, and they don't want people to see it. I mean, I could literally give you a list of 100 reasons why that car's covered and still have it be a normal Z06 under that wrap. Let's kind of move into, from here, we're going to move into the hot topic. This is one that is less angry and more just active. Yeah, active, I think. Because when I say hot topic, it's like I'm hot, I'm mad about it, you know? But in this case, it's not so much mad as I am as this topic is active. So at Corvettes of Carlisle, the very first day we were there, me and Jason are walking through the GM booth with the E-Rays, and a person comes up to my wife and says, hey, why would I choose an E-Ray over a Z06 or vice versa? And she says, well, my husband will have a good answer for that. So she comes and gets me, and I come over, and he reiterates that question to me. And I said, if you're asking me personally, I'm going to take a Z06. I think the Z06 is the better car, but it depends on what your use of this car is. Do you like a sports car that drives aggressively, that sounds as awesome as it looks? Do you ever use it on the track? You know, stuff like that. If those answers are yes, then you want a Z06. If you're going to be driving this car cross country multiple times a year, and you don't ever go to the track and you want to be able to drive it all year round, then the E-Ray is your car. Now, for some reason, I gave that answer just like that. And I had some subscribers get at me saying, I can't believe you talked him out of an E-Ray over a Z06. The E-Ray's faster. I didn't talk anybody out of anything. He asked me what my opinion was, and I gave him my opinion. My opinion is the Z06 is the better car. I bought a Z06 because I wanted a Z06. I didn't want an E-Ray. Now, this is a long way of me setting up. I'm going to ask Jason here in a second what his opinion is, because he is kind of in the market for either one. But I'm going to let him tell you why, because there's a reason. So, Jason, if you want to take that away.
So, you know, I had the opportunity to drive your car. That video should be coming out tomorrow, hopefully. So I don't want to give it all away, but my goodness, there's a reason why I don't like electric cars. Number one, because I don't care that they're quick. They're boring. I mean, they're fun, but you lose the exhilaration. And being in your car and hearing that flat plane crank, I mean, dude, the smile was like, I couldn't like keep it off my face. It was amazing. I mean, just it's visceral. I loved it. So it's such a huge part of owning and driving the car. Like even my C8 now, I like it 10 times better since I put an AWE on it. When it was just stock, I could barely hear the thing. It was just kind of less fun to drive. I won't say it wasn't fun, but it was less fun. And man, and then of course the power. It's impressive, and I don't mean the quickness. I mean the actual power when you're on the freeway. It made me feel like I prefer by far the Z06 to the ERAY. Now, again, I haven't driven the ERAY, but again, for me, it was the sound, man. That thing sounds. I don't have to have an exhaust on the Z06. Doesn't mean I wouldn't put one on, but man, I could live with that the way it is stock. It's just, it's a phenomenal car.
Yeah. So ultimately, what I think is really the question here is, you guys probably remember Jason has a deposit on an E-Ray. Tell us, Jason, why you have that deposit and why you might not take it.
Because I am also on a list for a Z06. And so the likelihood, and I don't have to put money down on the Z06, which has been nice. You know, I hate to, have thousands of bucks just sitting out there for no reason. But yeah, so there's a good probability that I could be getting the Z06 first even. So it just depends on allocations and how they go. So
ultimately, guys, what he's saying is he has the option to get an E-Ray, but he was only going to take that if Plan A,
I couldn't get
the Z06. If the Z06 doesn't go through, Plan B is the E-Ray. So
yeah,
this is kind of, and someone in the comment section already said this. This is kind of one of those things where, I'm noticing people doing this already, and the car hasn't even come out yet. I am noticing a lot of people trying to justify purchases already, and I don't get this mentality. I really don't. The E-Ray is replacing the Grand Sport. We know where the Grand Sport sat. It sat between the Stingray and the Z06. It's not a better car than the Z06. It just depends on what you want it used for. If you want a track car, you buy the Z06, which is more expensive. If you want a touring car, you buy the E-Ray or the Grand Sport that can also sometimes go on the track, but it's less expensive because you're getting less with it. There really is no other way around it. I totally get people want what they want. I get that. And if you want an E-Ray, that's totally fine. But to make it sound, to come up to me and make it sound like I'm purposely trying to push people into a Z06 over an E-Ray, that's totally unfair whenever you're asking me my opinion. My opinion is the Z06 is the better car. That's for me. If your usage is like mine, the Z06 is better. But if it's, again, if you want to just a cross-country car, the E-Ray would kill the Z06 in comfort and miles per gallon and all that stuff. In my opinion, and Jason said the same thing, the Z06, you're not just getting a wide-body Stingray. You're getting that flat plane crank engine. You're getting that flat plane crank sound. You're getting an exotic-looking car that sounds exotic, too, that performs exotic. It's just a different experience to have a car naturally aspirated, making almost 700 horsepower, and just sounding like an absolute mad machine. And I just feel like a lot of people out there are taking the E-Ray as Plan B, but they're, convincing themselves or whatever that was always their intention, and then they're hating on the Z06. We've had hot topics about this kind of stuff in the past where it didn't really make a lot of sense for someone to shame or talk down somebody else's Corvette because they got the 1LT when you got the 3LT. This is the same thing. Like, right. I'm not going to shame somebody for getting an E-Ray, but you shouldn't be shaming me for getting a Z06 either. Like, right. It doesn't work like this. And it shouldn't. I mean, we're all in the same family. We're all here for the same reasons.
Yeah, because, some people are going to drive their E-Ray a lot, and they live in a climate that's not really conducive to driving a Z06 every day. They need that all-wheel drive, or it would make their life a lot easier to drive if they had all-wheel drive. That car is absolutely perfect for them. The Z06 is not. So there is a car for everybody, and some of them it may be the Z, some of them it may be the ERAY. For me, I live in Texas, so if I have the ability to drive the Z06, that's what I want.
Yeah, you drive a year round.
Yeah, well, 11 months and 2 weeks. We'll get those 2 freaking I know. But
so LT4 Powered says buy the car you want, and that's exactly it. If you can't, though, however, like Lego D17 says, I feel the same way. Z06 over the ERAY if given the choice. And that's the biggest problem I'm noticing here, is that it seems like the ERAY is going to be more accessible. It's going to be more available. So a lot of people who have been waiting for a year or two already for the Z06 and they're not getting one, they're going to jump ship and go to the ERAY because it's close enough. And that's fine. If that's fine if that's what you want to do. But those same people will then make it seem like the people who waited for the Z06 are stupid. And it's like, you were one of them, man. You were waiting, but you decided to jump ship. So that's what I don't like, that kind of mentality. And I really dislike when people put words in my mouth, especially whenever I'm trying to help subscribers and trying to help somebody figure out what kind of car they want. There's a reason why the Z06 is priced higher. Even GM, that's GM's way of basically saying it's the car that has more, we'll say. You're paying more because it has more. So that's not me saying that everybody should have this. Everybody has their own usage for it, but it's just one of those things. But guys, let's hit the thumbs up button. We've kind of slowed off on those, and I was really hoping we'd hit 200, but it looks like we're where are we at, Shane? 144.
Yeah.
Let's try to get as close to 200 as possible. Again, Jason, if you want to show the giveaway for tonight, every $10 donated gets you an entry to win the carbon fiber mirror caps. They're full carbon all the way through. These can go right on your card. They'll go right on your C8 Corvette, Z06, Stingray, whatever you got. And you can potentially win them for a $10 donation. But if you want to do a little bit more, throw $100 at it. It will get you 20 entries and a free t-shirt. Only through Venmo, though. The Venmo link is at the top of the chat. Try to get in there real quick here, guys, because we're about, about $300 behind. We have to hit about $500 for these to be worthwhile to give away. So if not, we're going to give them away next Monday night. BPR Z06. So Brad, he was there too. I don't know if I mentioned him already or not, but he was at Corvettes at Carlisle as well. It was really nice meeting him. We spent a good bit of time with him as well. Devarius King, that's exactly it. You really can't go wrong either way. It doesn't matter if you get a Stingray, an ERAY, a Z06. It doesn't matter. You're getting a really, really awesome car. You really are. The C8, the 8th generation Corvette is an amazing machine no matter how you cut it. I don't personally care if someone wants to go buy a 1LT Stingray with no options whatsoever. If that's the car you want, you get the car that's right for you. That's totally fine by me. I'm never going to be that guy that points at you and says, you should have got a 3LT. I want a 3LT. I know that that's what's right for me, but that's not necessarily what's right for you.
Heck, I don't care if you go buy a C3. Just come to our events, man.
Yeah, just own a Corvette. Just own a Corvette.
Exactly. It doesn't even matter if you own an old C4 that's falling apart. I don't care. If you like it and you're working on it, you're making it something for yourself. Yeah. You got a Corvette. I don't care I don't care the details. I wish more people were like that though. Like, just you get a Corvette, you get a key to the community. Yeah. Use it and be a decent person with it.
And that's one of the whole reasons that we have Vet Syndicate. You literally, to be a part of our group, don't even need to own a Corvette. You just need to like Corvettes. You know what I mean? Like, if you just like Corvettes and you want to follow along, you're welcome. So we appreciate anybody.
Well, you know what? Wait, I'm kind of touching you, Just. Everybody has like a type. Like, I will only buy a red Corvette. That's it. I don't care what it is. The next 10 Corvettes will be red, right? I have my type. But what a boring world would it be that everybody that's got to be my friend has to have a red Corvette.
Exactly.
I don't care. I just care that you have a Corvette, and then we can talk. Because you know what? I see my car enough. I want to go look at it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
I know. There
Yeah,
was like
that's-
5 yellows last time. I'm like, that's too much. You know?
Yep. And that's honestly, I give that response on almost every one of my videos, because every video I post, I'll get at least one person that will say something about how the black exterior of a car hides the lines, and that I would never buy a black Corvette. Okay, that's fine. I'm totally fine with you not buying a black Corvette. I like black Corvettes. I like black cars in general. If you don't, I'm glad you don't, because how boring would it be if all of them that showed up at car shows were all black? I don't want that. I want to see. I mean, I'm not ever going to buy cacti, but I would like to see cacti colored Corvettes showing up at car shows, because it's just different. I don't want to see the same thing over and over again. That's boring. Z06 is flagship. I agree. I think Chevy agrees with that too. So ultimately, the Z06 is supposed to be the ultimate track car, is what they were basically talking about. I saw that Q&A. HPO gave about the same answer as Taj and the other Chevy guys last weekend. Yeah, and that's the thing, is like, I'm trying to stay as close to factual information about this as possible, because I don't want to mix fact with my opinion. I don't want to make it sound like you guys all should get Z06s. That's not what I'm saying in the slightest. If the E-Ray is better for you, I get it, and I applaud it. Get the E-Ray if it's better for you. But don't back out of a Z06 because you can't get one, and then get an E-Ray instead, and then talk crap on a Z06. That's not the way. It's not the way to do it.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Love black, but I live in a dusty area. Yeah. I live in Pennsylvania. I don't think it gets any worse than that as far as weather goes. So as long as you have Expel and ceramic coating, I have told 100 people I don't have any more trouble maintaining a black car than I do any other car. As long as you have Expel and ceramic coating. Without those two things, I would never own a black car. They are way too hard to maintain. Yeah, Mark Cutsey said it's a good thing each of you guys have different color and like different colors. I have black, Steve has red, Jason has yellow. It's like, again, imagine if all of us on the screen here, if we all just liked black, or if we all just liked red, like everything would just be boring. We don't have any differing opinions. And me and Jason actually talked about how it would be pretty cool for Jason to get an E-Ray, because if he did, then we have the Stingray, E-Ray, and Z06 covered, as well as different colors. But again, no one, I'm definitely not going to be the guy that would force Jason to get a car that he doesn't necessarily want. He's pretty sold on a Z06 now. Yeah. So now to say, well, you can't get a Z06, Jason, you have to get an E-Ray.
We need to be different.
Yeah, like I'm not going to do that.
Yeah. Again, you always buy what you want, not what other people want you to have. And
right.
Yeah, so you guys got to watch my video tomorrow, man. Justin and I actually enjoyed the video. I don't know if it'll do well or not, but I know one thing. I had a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, those are the best videos too. The ones that are fun to film, you have a good time doing them. And if they don't do well, they don't do well. Like one of the best videos I ever filmed was the one when I drove your Gallardo.
Yeah.
I think that is to this date the worst performing video I ever made.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed making that video.
We got pulled over.
Yeah. We got pulled up. My first time in a Lamborghini, I get pulled over. Yeah. Paul Yunker says, what if we all had cacti? Imagine that. Imagine a world where cacti was the only color for a car.
Yeah. Well, it will be in Biden's America. I'm just saying.
No, it'll be a great.
You're going to dictate everything we do. And I went political. Welcome back, Steve.
Yeah.
Actually,
thank God. I was waiting.
Probably be surprised what color I'm going to go with.
Dude, you better get the silver flare with blue stripes.
I am.
Are you going to do that on? You can't do that on a Z06. Those electric blue stripes are only for an E-Ray.
Not if I get them on aftermarket.
Okay.
That is best car that I saw all week.
And don't get me wrong. I'm sorry, my head itches from the freaking sunburn. I think my skin's starting to peel. But yellow is still probably my favorite color. I love it. And every time I saw it this weekend, even the E-Rays when they were yellow, like what was it? Harlan's is yellow, like it's just like Mark's. It's yellow, it has the black stripes, but it's the E-Ray. Dude, every time I see it, I just fall in love. It catches my eye. But I think I might try something different. Yeah.
It's not a bad idea. We all obviously have our things, but the silver with the electric blue stripes, it really did. It caught my eye too.
I'll buy those stripes aftermarket and put them on.
It's a serious
that car
like
stands out.
Yeah.
That's just weird.
it's
Silver
because
Flare alone-
there's a serious contrast in colors. That's why. It's not like even the silver with a black stripe. That's pretty contrasty, but this is way more punchy. Like
It
it
looks good
literally.
with
I had several people when I posted it goes, I hate stripes, which I like stripes, but they're like, I hate stripes, and this looks amazing.
I don't hate stripes, but I would never do stripes. If I had that color, I probably would do that color combination. Now, what I
used to hate stripes until Tim Dad's Garage.
Yeah.
I like stripes now.
Yeah. Awesome.
So the big thing for me is I think the silver flare with the electric blue stripes, the electric blue looks almost just like Riptide. And I think the other way around would look really good too if you got Riptide blue with silver stripes. I think that would look pretty good as well.
Another ad.
Yeah, see, Darren, that's kind of my thought on it. All of the cars at Corvettes at Carlisle, all the E-Rays, none of them had under the Chevy booth at least, they were all gray calipers. None of them had any kind of special color caliper. And I think it's weird. I think it's a missed opportunity for Chevy to not give a version of blue, if not exactly Riptide blue, on especially that silver flare car. If you had that silver flare with the electric blue stripes and blue calipers, I think that would just be the cherry on top.
Oh, yes.
Because it was weird. All of the E-Rays there, they all had gray calipers. None of them had any special color calipers except for when Harlan's car came in. I think his car had yellow calipers. That was the only other color I saw. Gray and yellow. None of them had red, orange. None of them had any of those colors. Riptide blue is a really nice blue. It's very reminiscent of Laguna blue, which was my favorite blue on a Corvette, outside of maybe the what was the blue on the C6, Jason?
The Carlisle blue.
No, the one
that's the C7. Then you're talking about the oh my gosh, the one I can never ever, but it's technically silver, even though it looks blue. Is that the one?
No. The one that Tim had on his C6.
Oh, Jetstream.
Jetstream. I can never remember the name of that. I don't know why.
Yes.
Yeah, so other than Jetstream and Laguna Blue are probably my two favorite blues on a Corvette. Yeah. And Riptide is a really nice combination of both of those.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, Jetstream. Mark Cutsy says all the other caliper colors are on constraint already. Literally wouldn't surprise me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so it looks like that's about it for the giveaway, guys. If you, unless we hit some serious donations in the last couple minutes here, it looks like we're going to give it away next week.
And we really need them to be Venmo. That's where the money goes.
Agreed.
Yeah, you don't realize we're paying for those. They're not free.
No. And YouTube takes such a huge percentage because of all of their hard work. Coming up with ideas for us, setting everything up.
Yeah. We're doing all the work, but they got to get something,
I get the platform gives us the ability, but that doesn't mean don't be like the government.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys. So smash the thumbs up button if you could, please. We are still about 50 away from 200. I was really hoping we would hit that because we hit 100 really quick.
Yeah.
But guys, hit the thumbs up. It really helps the channel. It helps other people get pulled into this community. And like I said, this is more of a hangout than anything, but we like to talk about Corvettes. I try to read all your guys' comments. We try to give something away every week that's pretty cool. If you guys are appreciating that kind of approach to this, smash that thumbs up and let us know we're doing the right thing here.
We can get 10 more thumbs up. I'll pull a tooth while we're here, right? Live.
Dude, you'll pull a tooth.
Michael McCurry says, came in late. What's the giveaway? Jason, you want to show?
Yes, sir. Extreme Online Stores, mirror caps, carbon fiber, legit. You see the backside, legit carbon fiber. and look at the weave. I'm telling you, man, this is a great product.
Yeah. So, guys, again, the carbon fiber caps for the mirrors on the C8 Corvette Stingray or Z06, these are exactly what you get from GM. GMs are caps as well. They are not replacements. So, if you want to save yourself a lot of money, because GMs, I believe, are $1,000. They might be even more than that now. For the cap, you can get it here for possibly a donation of $10. So $10 will get you one entry. $100 via Venmo will get you 20 entries and a free T-shirt. Let's see.
I love it. I love your wife.
I'm not going to read it, but I'll throw it up on the screen.
Yeah, extra Jello. I need extra Jello, man.
It's like pulling teeth around here for donations. Oh, LT4 Power. I can always count on him for friggin' making some sort of joke that really gets me to laugh.
He's had some good ones tonight.
Yeah, he has. It's like pulling teeth.
No.
Don't pull a booger.
That's offline.
I thought I saw a question up here. Yeah, so Amber says, we've been harping on this all week, but Amber said, you guys do such a great job. Good team. So good teamwork. Everything that we did at Corvettes at Carlisle this year was all thanks to a team. It was not me. It wasn't just Jason. It wasn't just Dana, Shane. It was all of us together. We really work well as a team. And I think there's a big, like, people don't really seem to understand that you get one of us, you get all of us kind of thing. This is not just a one person show.
Kind of like a Corvette orgy.
A what?
I'm not ever going to call it that, because that implies some seriously gross stuff, and that's not going to happen. But no, it is a team though, and yeah. Oh, here we go. So we got a last minute Venmo. Michael McCurry gives $100, so they get 20 entries to win.
Nice.
That's awesome. So apparently Michael is actually Lisa, maybe. One of the Michael, is it or is it Lisa under Michael's name here? I'm only curious because I want to know if this is a woman entering to win something on a C8. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, because we had a lot of ladies come up.
Yeah,
well, not a lot, but
no, a good bit.
Yeah.
Me and Jason were talking about this for Corvettes at Carlisle. We had, I think it was six women that came up to the booth to meet us, and I thought that was crazy because I only have like 0.2% of my viewership are women. And when I had 6 of them come up, I was like, man, you literally add up to the 0.2%. Like,
yeah.
All right, so Michael said it's his wife. All right.
Yeah.
So is she into cars as much as you are, or
is it just her Venmo?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm wondering. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people don't know what team represents. Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
Dr. Corvette says the blue calipers are coming out on the ZR1. I know they will if the ZR1, if that moniker exists, but I feel like that option should be out there for more than just the ZR1. Shane says, yes, thank you everyone for mentioning my sweet beard.
Damn it. I mean, whoops. I'm trying to type and I can't get it to work.
All right, let's see. I think that's it. So we're still a little short on the donations for tonight, guys. So we are going to push the giveaway until next week. We have 162 thumbs ups currently, guys. If you could please smash that thumbs up button. We're gonna wrap this one up though. So, like I said, we had a little bit of talk about Carlisle. If you guys are just tuning in, you can go back and watch this again. I'm not going to recap everything. I just want to let you know what we talked about. We recapped Corvettes of Carlisle. We talked a little bit about the UAW votes to strike. We talked a little bit about the C8 Corvette ZR1. And we talked a little bit about a hot topic between the Z06 and ERAY things. So if you just tuned in and you want to see any of that stuff, check out this video once it goes not live. And I think that's it. We'll finish up this giveaway next week, next Monday night. So tune in if you want to win these mirror caps. Right now, I think Michael McCurry, I think he's leading the charge here. So yeah, there you go.
Mirror
Jason's
cap.
wearing it.
My new cap.
Wearing it like a hat.
Poindexter.
There you go. Perfect.
Eyesight baby.
All right, guys. Smash the thumbs up button if you could before we head out. And we will see you guys next Monday night. Same time, same place.